Especially offensively, you couldn't have asked for a better performance, especially from Tyree. And what did you see kind of clicking there from the start?
I think we saw some opportunities that, we were going to get the one-on-one matchups and that we wanted. Thought we had great protection, especially in the first half. And I think, you saw a starting quarterback come out and play with great confidence, the whole first half. So, he had an excellent day, playing the way we need him to play.
With how Albany went 2 years ago, I mean, is there a different approach?
We'll never get past that one. I understand. Yeah, you're always. I mean, you watch it. It's happening. It happened already this weekend, and it's going to happen. And people come in and play with great effort. And if that's what you're saying, yeah. So to have a game that goes this way, no matter what. I mean, we've been waiting for a game, something like this, that we're able to get a lot of people in. That's what I really feel good about, leaving that locker room, is that there's a lot of young men that got to play in their first college football game. And they work awful hard, and they do a lot of things for our program. And to be able to get them in a game means a lot. And then there's players that saw time that needed that experience that are going to help this football team win games.
Were there any?
Lance, are you able to get a gauge on how much Tyree has improved from last year to this when you're looking at the last, where he was last year? I mean, it's the first game this year, so.
I don't know. I guess for what I look at is, still, I thought his accuracy was good. Even in the quick game, some that maybe were catchable. He had some drops. I don't even know exactly statistically where he has. I think what I'm seeing is a guy that's in command, and what I mean by that is protection-wise and things. We're putting more and more on his plate now in this redshirt junior year than we have before, and he has a great understanding of it. So that's the part that you see him go. But as we know, as we keep moving, it's going to ramp up here a little bit in a week. So
We've talked a lot about the new redshirt rules.
Mm-hmm.
Were there a decent amount of players that got in today that you probably wouldn't have played if that wasn't the case?
Not as many as we'd like, just based on some spots, but we did get a few in, and some may be trending towards playing, but there were a few. And that's a balancing act that I guess even as a head coach that I'm going to grow with is, when you do that, somebody else that may play is not getting those reps. So that'll kind of be the telltale for us on how we're going to move forward with this. But there were a few, and we'll see where it goes.
Do you like the rule?
Oh, absolutely. Great rule. If it's student athlete centered like that, like it should be, it is. It gives you some things, and you look at a Kyle Van Treese a year ago. He would have, if that rule was in place, he would still be a redshirt freshman. And there's many like that. You hear stories all the time about guys being forced to burn their years, late in the year just because the position was depleted, and that's too bad. So,
With every rule, I mean, even if the best rules ever made, there's always usually something where you say, yeah, but this is another side effect, a counter effect. I don't know what they're. I've looked for it.
I don't know what this one is yet. Haven't heard. I think you're going to see it filter into other sports. I really do. I don't know why it wouldn't, and hopefully, it's for everybody.
Hawkins was the third running back to get touches today.
Yes.
Should you take anything from that?
No, I don't think you take. It was just there's different packages at different times and what's going in. I think we got a chance to spread the carries around. We're very confident, as I've used in different ways tonight, about that backfield. And Jared Patterson was slowed a little bit in camp, but you saw what his abilities were too. So everybody's got a little bit different, and it's a chance, and they all showed some flashes.
I think you got to 4 running backs in the first half. Are you still evaluating there, or do you intend to rotate that many in week to week?
I don't know about evaluating. I think we have a pretty good idea on where we're at with what they each do, and then as the game and as the scores started to change, Jarrett was probably the fourth one to go in, so we'll see.
it seemed like the defense was very opportunistic with the fumbles.
Yeah.
Were you pleased to see
Oh,
that?
absolutely, because we've struggled. We've struggled creating turnovers, and we put a big emphasis on that from the spring on, and and hopefully that's one of the signs that we can trend in that direction to kind of get them in bunches. So, but yeah, it was nice to see us do that.
How'd you feel working in the new safeties with the first game here?
It was good. Brandon's still learning the transition. Joey Banks is a guy, as you can see. It's like Joey. Joey's one of those. He's kind of a throwback safety now. He loves the contact, and so to get him in there, I thought Tyrone Hill showed some flashes. I think we got about 6-7 safeties in the game. So once again, that's good. We've had a couple guys, Dev Lamore and Jerry Dadabo, been in the program working hard. So again, it's a lot of guys got some good game experience.
Are you at all worried, when you look at a guy like Banks, that his aggression can sometimes, get guys in trouble? He hits first and asks questions later, kind of.
Yeah. We've talked to Joey. You got to be smart. Got to lead with the shoulder. Okay. Got to those things. I didn't. The call was the call, but I'm a little baffled. But it was. Yeah, he's got to be careful.
2 for 13 on the third downs and 5 for 5 on fourth. What was kind of the difference between those two situations for you guys?
I haven't, I'd have to look at each one individually to kind of tell you, but I can tell you that some of those, obviously in the 5 fourth downs, the third down call is part of the non-conversion, but Andy knew that we were going for it on fourth down too. So the third down call, it kind of shows up in your stats, but you're calling plays differently if you know you're going for it on fourth down. So
you mentioned the FCS FBS upset from earlier today. It just happens to be the opponent you see next week. So I guess what do you expect? Kind of a frustrated and remotivated team.
Well, they're Coach Collins. He's a good coach. They'll be ready. That's a good football team. That's one of those they go into. It's not just an FCS. It's not just an FCS FBS game. It's a city rivalry game. There's a lot to it, and was able to see a little bit of it, but at the same time, you're talking about a team that's been consistently in bowls, a very physical football team. They are known for being physical and tough, and we're gonna have to be ready. No.
Good.
Anything else? Thanks everyone for being here. Greatly appreciate it.
Your right to left is Tyree Jackson, George Rushing, and KJ Osborne. Tyree, career high 6 touchdown passes today, first quarterback in school history to throw 5 first half touchdowns. So with that, questions for the guys?
Tyree, we'll start off with you. Obviously, a very impressive final stat line. What were you seeing? What was working for you?
Our offensive line did a great job. First off, those guys played their tails off today. We didn't really have an idea of what they were going to do this game. They had new coaches, and those guys did a great job. And then our receiving core is real special. Those guys ran great routes and got open, and just had to get them the ball. That was the easy part.
George, it's been a while for you. I'm sure that it was nice to get back on the field, but what kind of the emotions running through your head once you're finally out there for that first play?
Yeah, it was just fun. Last game I played in was Cotton Bowl a year and a half ago, so it was like, man, just getting out there and getting the jitters out and just having fun.
I feel like the score, both your catches were touchdowns. How did it feel to have that kind of impact on the game?
It was fun. Just being able I was just in the right place at the right time, executing my job, and we just went out there and did what we did best.
George, you went from Camp Randall and, like you said, the Cotton Bowl to Buffalo, a little smaller environment. What was that transition like for you, going from jump around to the University of Buffalo?
It's not really that big of a transition. I feel like for myself, when I step on the field, you don't really see the crowd anyway, so you be so locked into the games. So, it was just it's the same game. We playing football no matter who you play for or against.
KJ, I think you had a team high in targets, with all the attention that Anthony's been getting this season and what you saw today. Do you expect more games like this to be open and running the field like that?
Whatever comes to me, I just try to make a play. Whatever defense, we know that, Anthony's going to get a lot of attention, so with coverages and all. So, we knew that since coming out of last season. So, I just try to make the best of my opportunities, whatever the coverage is. Like, I mean, if that's the way it's going to be, then I just got to step up.
And Tyree, we've talked a lot about what this offense can be and the potential of this unit, just all around talent. And what did you kind of see in this first game? You kind of mentioned that everyone was really working well around you. Did you see things that make you think positively towards that potential?
Definitely, anytime you have a crisp game and guys come out and, make plays on the first game and kind of get those jitters out like George said, and it's clean and the offensive line played great like that. And I think now you just got to take the next step. Now we got to get ready for Temple. Temple is a great team, and I know they're going to be hungry after their first game, so we got to come out and be ready to practice.
Guys? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.